Good afternoon. I have only few words to talk. So I was just listening to the last panel discussion, and I really want to thank Business World for bringing this very important topic. About 2 weeks back, I was in Singapore attending, I was speaking at Thai Global Summit. A lot of who's and who's in the industry from California and Europe, everybody was there, all the Thai chapters from across the globe. And all the speakers who came and addressed the conference, see, Thai is all about the entrepreneurship. And many startups are new startups are getting into new technologies, and new business models are getting emerged. And everybody was talking, including Vinod Khosla. He said more than 65% of the jobs will be eliminated, the current jobs. And even a person from World Economic Forum, he gave a talk on future of work. He said by 2026, 60 million new jobs will be created. At the same time, 80 million current jobs will be eliminated. And he said the new jobs, the 60 million, are not in the conventional jobs. The jobs are mostly people who have got the cross-domain skills and work-based learning, and the people who have got that kind of skills, they will get the jobs. But definitely the current 80 million jobs, there is a scary thing for particularly countries like India. Then there is a Gartner report also, they published the Gartner report. They said in next 5 years, 80% of the world, the enterprises, 80% of the global enterprises will be impacted by generative AI. So I was talking to a lot of people there, and one gentleman from China, he's also got offices in Taiwan. He was talking to me sidelines. Jay, India lost a big opportunity when there is a geopolitical situation was happening. People are moving away the manufacturing facilities from China. India had a very big advantage because India is a big domestic market for any electronics items, automobiles, and everybody thought that most of these companies will go to India. And in fact, he said many companies tried to come to India to set up those facilities here. But when they were looking for human capital, every engineering college they go, only IT related, AI, ML, no mechanical, no civil engineering, no metallurgical engineering, no core the topics are taught in any of the engineering schools. In some engineering colleges, they removed all those things, and manpower is not available for the kind of operations which they wanted to have. So they moved to Manila, then other Malaysia and those countries. He said, you lost that bus. That's one. Second reason he was telling, though many states, they keep claiming ease of doing business, but it is not happening. He mentioned, there are no reporters here, right? No media. Business World itself is a reporter. So let me not use those words. But he was not happy about the regulatory aspect for starting a manufacturing facility in India. The ease of doing business is not really working, and people have got that kind of effort, whereas in other countries, they are giving the red carpet invitation, making things happen so fast. And when I was talking to other people, then what is the way out for India? He said, way out is, India is, in all the entrepreneurs in India, they are very innovative, they are very creative. They will figure out a model. When I came back, I think I was, I'm the chairman of our India Startup Foundation. I'm helping a lot of startups. Some startups who approached me for funding, I invested in them. And one day he came to me, Jay, I'm not getting the right manpower in India, and only premier institutions like IITs, IIITs, that kind of manpower is useful for me, but I'm a startup company. I can't afford to give 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs or 1 crore kind of a compensation, and I cannot survive with that kind of a compensation. But whereas if I go to engineering colleges, I'm not getting the manpower. I don't know what to do. Then after 6 months, he came to me, Jay, I solved the problem. I asked him, how did you solve the problem? He said, I went to a school called Hill Paradise, which is near Vijayawada airport. It's about half an hour drive from that. There's an orphan school called Hill Paradise. They take only orphan kids, poorest of the poor kids, they provide the. And it seems he took 12th grade people, about 25 of them, and trained them on whatever the technologies he want, 6 months. And they're very, very useful for him. And he has set up a development center in that school. And school is providing the accommodation, food, everything. Cost of operations also beneficial for him. And he was telling that the productivity of those 12th grade people much better than the engineers whom he was hiring. So that means there is some disconnect between our higher education, what we are giving the certificates and all that, what industry requires. Particularly, as per the World Economic Forum report, Gartner's report, future jobs are going to be created by the innovative companies. And innovative companies, obviously, they use maybe the ChatGPT, they will build something around ChatGPT, or they want to have a prompt engineering. Prompt engineering, unless the person has got the domain skills. Suppose if I want to build an application for some manufacturing company using the ChatGPT or any generative AI, I should know about that industry. Then only I can prompt what I want from the generative AI tools. Today, if I got only knowledge of whatever C, C++, Java, all this tool-based learning, the tool-based learning people are not able to fit into that. They are the ones who are going to be eliminated. That whatever World Economic Forum said, 80 million jobs will be eliminated. All the people who are just having the tool-based knowledge, and they will be in trouble. So, who are getting these 60 million jobs as per the World Economic Forum report, the future of work? The people who have got cross-domain skills, people who can think innovatively, those are the people who are going to get those jobs. About 6 months back when I was in US, East Coast, I spent a lot of time trying to meet some of the investors for my India Startup Foundation related activities. I met a couple of CTOs, global CTOs, they are all Indians. In fact, I stayed in his house. I asked him, everybody is talking about ChatGPT, is it really true? Everybody says that so many jobs will be eliminated, and is it a hype or it's actually a reality? He said, Jay, don't quote me, don't quote my company. We have used ChatGPT, we spent millions of dollars for enterprise version of ChatGPT, and we figured out that 80 to 90% of the non-core jobs can be eliminated. Only core jobs, 10% of our people can work on the core jobs. The only problem what we are facing is how do we ring fence, because the ChatGPT, any generative AI, try to take the data from the public domain and all that. That's where we are employing a lot of lawyers. The lawyers are getting a lot of business because they are the ones who are trying to do the, if in case there is any case against us, they are the ones who are going to defend because they are taking the data from any of the other sources other than the, that's where we are finding some issues. Other than that, we figured out that 90% of the non-core jobs are going to be eliminated. Then my second question, you have given a lot of jobs to many Indian IT services companies. What will happen to them? Said, today whatever the contracts, we can't change it. So once the contract period is over, probably we may not give those jobs to them. We may give the jobs for the core work. Core work is coming to India, but core work, whether all our engineering students who are coming out of the colleges, whether they are capable of taking the core jobs and making it happen, that's a big question mark. So today, that's an opportunity, at the same time, it's a big threat for India. Unless somebody was mentioning the last panel, our regulatory, after so many decades, new education policy has come. If that kind of, 20, 30 years, once in 20, 30 years, you come with a new policy, oh, this is the answer for all this thing, I don't think we can survive. We need agile regulatory mechanism. Every 6 months, come out with something new and make sure that we are on par or above the rest of the institutions in the world. If you don't do that, see these startup companies, in fact, one startup company was telling, Jay, what is there? I can hire somebody in Russia or somebody in Czechoslovakia or even Vietnam. A lot of good people are there. And today, after the COVID, working from home, either working from Hyderabad home or Vietnam home or Czechoslovakia or Poland, doesn't matter. As long as they're able to do my job, I mean, that kind of a freelancing is happening big time. Again, that is going to be a big threat for India. If that kind of a freelancing is happening, even startup companies may not hire our own people unless our human capital is intact and they are able to provide the answers. But the problem, sir, since you are from Triple IT, many startups are actually facing that problem. They can't hire premier institution like Triple IT because costs are very high. Startup companies, they don't get early stage startup. There's not enough money, less than $500,000. Is that indication for me to stop? Hello? If that is the case, I will stop here. If there are any questions, I will take it. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.